What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Saturday. It is July 15th, and we have a full slate to break down for you. So welcome back. If this is not your first time, welcome if this is your first time. And if it is, hopefully you learned something. So what we do is we break it down. We go through all the games. We look at the pitchers. We look at the bats that we might like in that game, and we go through that. If you have questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. Hit us up on email, dfshelp1@gmail.com. Go check us out at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. I still have 2 more coupon codes left for the NFL Season Pass. $100 off right now if you use the coupon code NFLVIP. Normally $199. You can get $100 off for that right now. Very excited. We're already building out part of our NFL content for you guys. Getting very close to having the Discord ready to go as well, so I'll let you guys know when we get that done. And yeah, first time here. Anytime a video gets at least 50 likes and you leave a positive comment and you are a subscriber to our YouTube page, your name gets thrown into random.org to have a chance to win a free week of MLB DFS content. Anytime a video gets 100 likes, we do the same exact thing. You have a chance to win a free month. And anytime a video gets 125 likes, you have a chance to win a season pass the rest of the MLB season, brought to you by FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So yesterday's video got at least 50 likes. Everyone who left a comment is named on here. We're going to randomize it 3 times, and on the 3rd time, that is the winner. So good luck to everybody. 1, 2, and the winner of the free MLB week is Paul McCarthy. So congratulations. I want to say it's like his 2nd time winning, if I recall. I don't remember at the moment, but good luck to everyone on this video. You have a chance to win every single day. You can win multiple times. So, Paul, comment on this video and then hit us up on email, dfshelp1@gmail.com. Or you can hit us up on Twitter at advisors_team. So we are trying to get to 10,000 YouTube subs before the start of the NFL season. And if we get to that before the NFL season starts, we're going to give away 2 lifetime passes. Same thing with Twitter. If you go on Twitter at advisors_team, we get to 10,000 there as well. We'll give away another 2 lifetime passes. So congratulations to all of our past winners, you, Paul, today, and whoever wins in the coming day. So let's just jump right into it. Let's get into the game. So obviously we had a rain out yesterday between Tyler Glasnow and the Rays and Kansas City, which I loved Glasnow. That he was the picture of the video in the article. And now it got rained out and it's pushed to Saturday. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the game that's available to play on the slate or it's going to be the other pitchers. So that's just something we're going to have to look at when we get into the pitchers and stuff like that, which we will look at that. Again, it's Saturday, so we are broken into like an early slate and a main slate. Not the best that I like, but we'll get through it. We'll look at it. When we break it down, this does not factor in any of the weather concerns that are coming through. We do have a weather tab on our cheat sheet, and it will break it down. We had a weather tab saying there was an 80% chance this game got postponed or delayed or postponed for the Rays and the Kansas City game on Friday, and it's exactly what happened. So definitely check that out over at Fantasy Team Advisors. So looking at this, Padres at the Phillies is the first game. You got Blake Snell versus Taijuan Walker. You got Snellzilla here, 92 plate appearances, 200 batting average. He's been pitching out of his mind right now. Strikeouts. Had 11 strikeouts in his last game at 7, 10, 11, 12, 12. He's been dominating. I'm trying to see if he's faced the Phillies this year. He has not. 92 plate appearances and striking out almost 36% of those batters is amazing. I would still take Blake Snell here. The way he's going, the way he's pitching is unbelievable right now. And then Taijuan Walker, on the other hand, 90 plate appearances, 218. The way Padres put up runs on Friday, I don't trust Taijuan Walker. I would be taking Blake Snell, and I would be taking the Padres bats, just depending on who it is and who's in there, who's batting. Obviously, Juan Soto, whose name has been thrown out there as a possible trade candidate. Probably wouldn't use Carpenter or Odor. I'd probably use Machado, Soto, Cronenworth I don't mind. Tatis I don't mind either. Trent Grisham, maybe Ha-Seong Kim possibly there. Next game, Padres at the Phillies. So this is a makeup game. I don't believe we're able to play this game. Let me just check this out real quick. We're on the main slate, 6:05. Let's check this out. You can actually play this game as well. So we will break it down here. Padres at the Phillies. You got Ryan Weathers versus Ranger Suarez. I don't like, 12 plate appearances for Weathers, so not much. I don't trust him enough. I'd probably look at stacking the Phillies in this one. I'd probably look at Castellanos, Schwarber even at the top, lefty on lefty, Trey Turner there, Bryson Stott possibly. Ranger Suarez, I don't mind. I think he's kind of an interesting option for tournaments. I don't trust him in cash, though. His career against the Padres, so not much, but 47 plate appearances. You've got 14.9 K percentage, 163 batting average against him. I don't mind that there. So I'm probably stacking the Phillies, and I'm looking at Ranger Suarez as my pitcher in this game. So this game right here is the makeup game of the rainout on Friday night. I don't believe we can play. Let's see. Trying to see. I don't believe we can play this game. Yeah. So as of right now, the making of this video, we cannot play this game. If this game and these players are in this matchup for an early only, obviously love Glasnow. Loved him in yesterday's video. That's the breakdown. Tampa Bay bats, Glasnow against Kansas City. But we're not going to go over it again because I went over it yesterday. And then this game right here, probably not taking either of these pitchers. Maybe it depends on who Tampa Bay throws out there because, again, it's Kansas City and they're not good. But if it's an opener for Tampa Bay, I don't want anything to do with that. So we're going to wait on this one. Obviously, when this comes through, we'll put the Vegas numbers out there. We'll put the Vegas odds, the over-unders, stuff like that on the website, and we'll know who plays in this one. Red Sox at the Cubs. You got James Paxton versus Marcus Stroman. Paxton, 26 plate appearances, 200 batting average, 42.3 K percentage. Love me some Paxton against the Cubs. And then Stroman, on the other hand, 31 plate appearances, 16.1 K percentage, 250 batting average. Pitching like a stud this year so far. Probably going to showcase him a couple more times, and he will most likely get traded. That's basically my favorite part of the year for baseball is the trade deadline. Some big names are out there right now that float and that might get traded. So, Ohtani. Let me know. This question of the day, where do you think Ohtani goes if he gets traded? Would love to hear it. We'll have a little guessing game there. Might even put a little competition together, and if you guys want, and then the winner would get like a free month of MLB content with multiple different pitchers or players. So kind of look at that. I'll kind of see if that's something you're interested in, and let me know. So I do love both of these pitchers. I think this could be a low-scoring game here. So I'm looking at Paxton and Stroman both for cash or GPP, SP1, SP2. I really don't care. Next game, Diamondbacks at the Blue Jays. You got Zach Gallen versus Kyle Gausman. This one I feel like could be another low-scoring game as well. Gallen started the NL All-Star game there. 35 plate appearances against Toronto, 176 batting average, 28.6 K percentage. Gausman here, 105 plate appearances, 187 batting average, 23.8. I love both of them. I know that Arizona's been really hot this whole year, but Gausman has had their number in the past. And I just really like Gausman here. I think both, again, this one, as of now, none of the bats really jump out to me. So I'm probably focusing on just the pitchers. I think both are great. SP1s, SP2s, cash or tournaments really doesn't matter to me. Guardians at the Rangers is next. Gavin Williams versus Andrew Heaney. I preached Gavin Williams his last start. When was that? What day was that? July 8th. Was that the Saturday? Either Saturday, I think it was Saturday, last Saturday. And, well, obviously I can just tell right here. Yeah. So last Saturday, I preached him, and he dominated. He went out with us. Kansas City, he was I wouldn't say he dominated. He went 5.2 innings, 3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts against Kansas City, but he allowed to pay down for him, and we paid up at other positions. Every single lineup we had Gavin Williams in last Saturday cashed, both Fanduel and DraftKings, because he was so low owned. He was so priced down that we were able to stack around him. Now, he's going up against Texas, which we know that Texas is a really good team. You know that I love taking a pitcher against, well, if you've been here before, you know that I love taking a pitcher against a team he's never faced before. In that sense, I will have Gavin Williams in tournaments only. I will not trust him in cash. And then looking at that, Andrew Heaney against the Guardians, 33 plate appearances, 333 batting average, 33.3 K percentage, all threes. That's the sign. Half of the devil, 333. I'm taking him. I will take Andrew Heaney in tournaments as well. I don't really trust him in cash, but just to see if it's like one person or, it's kind of split out. 2 home runs. Jose Ramirez. Obviously, Jose Ramirez hits a lot of people, except in the All-Star game. 3 for 4 with 2 home runs would be the other bat that I wouldn't take. So kind of like in both of these pitchers, I think both are probably tournament options because, again, we know that Texas is really good. And if Texas bats are off, could be good here. But at the same time, if their Texas bats are on, you're going to want some exposure to those bats. And what I'm talking about in there, I'm talking about Marcus Stroman. I'm talking about Josh Young. I'm talking about Nate Lowe, who homered on Friday. Corey Seager, I don't mind. Again, at home. In Texas, in the middle of the summer, the humidity is up there. That is also part of our weather app, so definitely, or our weather tab on our cheat sheet. So obviously, the higher the humidity, the faster the ball flies out of there. And that's where we bring home the bacon there. So it's kind of what I'm looking at Gavin Williams, Andrew Heaney, both in tournaments, but wouldn't be surprised if stacking the Rangers works out. Giants at the Pirates is next. You got Alex Cobb versus Johan Oviedo. Cobb, 44 plate appearances, 289 batting average, 18.2 K percentage. And then Oviedo here, 32 plate appearances, 292 batting average, 15.6. I don't want anything to do with these pitchers. I will have bats in this one if I target this game at all. This one is one that I kind of want to wait for the over-under. I think it's probably going to be like 7.5, 8 here. Carlos Santana, 4 for 21 with 2 doubles. Not a ton of, Jack Sawinski, 1 for 1 with a home run. G-Man Choi, 3 for 7 with a double. That's basically it. Not much going on there. But I'm still not going to want to take either of these pitchers. So then the Giants bats in the 32 plate appearances here. Let's see if it's like a couple of batters or what it is. Yastrzemski's 1 for 3 with a double. Lamont Wade Jr. 1 for 4 with a double. Blake Sabel, 1 for 1. There's not much going on. Jock Peterson, 2 for 2 with a home run. So, just, ticky-tacky 2 games worth out of these 2, and then everyone else basically the 1 start. I'd probably still be looking at a Brandon Crawford, a Michael Conforto, Patrick Bailey, Jock Peterson, Wilmer Flores. Probably be stacking on that side. And then the bats that I would like for just looking at the Pirates, it really depends on who's out there. Sawinski is always an option, but you never know what players you're going to get because all the big ones that we'd really like, as of right now, it kind of looks like there might be a little bit of rain here too. Brian Reynolds in this game would be looking at Sawinski for the Pirates. Just depends. We'll kind of wait for the Vegas numbers to come out, like I said. So as of now, no real targets in this game, but definitely check out our cheat sheet to, by 10 a.m. we'll have some plays here. Then the Marlins at the Orioles is next. Braxton Garrett versus Kyle Gibson. Garrett's only 5 plate appearances. Hasn't seen him much. I honestly don't mind Braxton Garrett a little bit. I think it's a sneakier option. I think it'll be a little less owned. Comes in with a 5-2 record, 3.7 ERA, 1.14 WHIP, and he's averaging about 16 fantasy points per game with 101 strikeouts. Trying to see if he's faced those 5 batters are probably just mop-up duty, or maybe it's 5 plate appearances, not batters. We know that Baltimore is good, but I will take some exposure to Braxton Garrett in tournaments. And then the flip side of that, Kyle Gibson against the Marlins, 148 plate appearances, 254 batting average, 18.2 K percentage out of him. Kind of just looking at his numbers coming into this game. 9-6 record, 4.6 ERA, 89 strikeouts. Had a really good game against Minnesota, right, on last Sunday before the break. 35.4 fantasy points on DraftKings. Went 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 11 strikeouts. It's the most amount of strikeouts he's had since opening day against Detroit. Trying to see about Minnesota or Miami. Has not faced Miami this year. I don't trust him. He's not going to get 11 strikeouts, I bet. I can't guarantee it, but I can almost guarantee he will not get 11 strikeouts. Looking at that, both of these pitchers, I think, are only tournament options. The bats, on the other hand, they've had success in the past. Orioles against Garrett, that you could look at maybe. Aaron Hicks, if he's in there as a righty, or he's a switch hitter. Santander could be in there as well. Adley Rutschman is a switch hitter there. Flip side of that, the Marlins bats. Joey Wendell, 10 for 26 with 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 1 home run. Gurriel, 3 for 21 with 2 doubles and a home run. Garrett Cooper, 2 for 10 with a double and a home run. Gene Segura, 5 for 12 with a home run. A lot of home runs. Jesus Sanchez, 5 for 8 with a triple and home run as well. So a lot of home runs. You got 8 doubles off Gibson, 3 triples, and 7 home runs, and only 27 strikeouts. Kind of like I said, I'd probably steer clear of Gibson. I'd look at Braxton a little bit, but I think I kind of want to stack the Marlins against Kyle Gibson. I think it'll be a lower owned stack than that we might think. Next game, the Minnesota Twins at the Oakland Athletics. You got Pablo Lopez, 13 plate appearances against him, 38.5, so obviously not much. He gets to pitch in Oakland against this terrible team. Pablo Lopez comes in at 5-5 record, 3.89 ERA. He has 138 strikeouts. 21 fantasy points per game is what he's averaging. He is expensive, but I mean, he's coming off a complete game July 5th. So this is another thing. See how it affected on Friday, but Lopez hasn't pitched since July 5th. So 10 days. So 2 starts, basically. July 5th against Kansas City, 50.9 fantasy points. 9 innings, complete game, no earned runs, 12 strikeouts, 100 pitches. He's had exactly 100 pitches his last 3 starts, and he's had 100, 100, 100, and 104 in his last 4 starts. So he's had he's going deep into games. You know what you're getting. He's got a great matchup against Oakland. Love me some Pablo Lopez. Honestly, don't be surprised if he's one of the top pitchers on the slate. Brewers at the Reds is next. Freddie Peralta versus Andrew Abbott. Peralta, 63 plate appearances, 20.6 K percentage, and a 286 batting average against him with a 388 WOBA. And then Andrew Abbott here, 42 plate appearances, 28.6 K percentage, 263 batting average, and a 382 WOBA. So a lot of WOBAs going on in this game. Looking at that, I don't think I want to take either pitcher because, again, it's Great American Small Park like we went over in yesterday's video. So just kind of looking at the Reds bats that have had success against Peralta in the past. Joey Votto's 4 for 13 with a double and a home run. Kevin Newman's 5 for 15 with 2 doubles and a home run. TJ Friedl 1 for 6 with a triple. Tyler Stevenson 2 for 4 with a double. Nick Senzel 1 for 1. That one hits a home run. You got Ellie De La Cruz, has never seen him before. Love me another since. It's crazy that Cincinnati, I just saw a report today that Cincinnati is calling around about pitching. It's weird to see the Reds are a buyer at the deadline, which is crazy to think about, but it's awesome if you're a Reds fan. Probably living the dream right now. But yeah, I do like a red stack against Peralta. And then on the flip side of that, I don't think I'm going to take Abbott. I don't think I'm going to take a pitcher in this one. I'm going to take bats in this one. So the Milwaukee bats that have had success. Yelich is 0 for 6, but again, he's resurgence this year. Owen Miller, 3 for 6 with a double. William Contreras, 2 for 5 with a double. Brian Anderson, 1 for 4 with a triple. Joey Weimer, 2 for 4 with a double and a home run. Willie Adames, 2 for 3, double and home run there. So, like I said yesterday, we took William Contreras, we took Willie Adames, and Christian Yelich as our stack. I don't mind those guys again here. And then throw in a couple of these other dudes for cheaper. You got a very cheap stack in a good ballpark for runs. Dodgers at the Mets, you got Tony Gonsolin versus Kodai Senga. Love me some Senga. He's never faced them before, so I like that exposure. obviously we know the Dodgers are a really, really good team, so take that with a grain of salt that we love Senga, but I will have exposure to Senga. As of now, probably only tournaments, but we'll see how it shakes out with, Vegas numbers, the weather. Trying to see if we can see any weather. So like the DraftKings app kind of shows the weather. Again, we're so far ahead of when the start is, we don't know. It just looks like it's going to be cloudy. It looks like we should have a good weather outcome as of now. Obviously, it can change between now and then, but I don't mind either of these pitchers. The problem with Gonsolin, though, is I believe his last start was his most amount of innings he's pitched at 6.2. Then he's gone 3.25, 5.26, 5.6. So he's got a good matchup because the Mets they're metting right now. That's what they're doing. So I don't mind either of these pitchers. I think just for the fact of both of these offenses can go off whenever they want, or they should, but they aren't. I think both of these pitchers are tournament options, but I don't mind either of them at all. Gonsolin has good numbers in 33 plate appearances. Senga's never faced them before. I love that for him. If he can go 6 innings, give up, 2 earned runs, 5, 6 strikeouts, he's going to do well for us. So both of these pitchers are tournament options. The bats, nothing about the bats right now. Check back later with the BVP numbers. Check back with the cheat sheet that we have with the cash and tournament plays to see which ones we like here. Nationals at the Cardinals is next, to be announced for Steven Matz. Steven Matz, 23 plate appearances, 435 batting average. I'm looking at taking some Washington bats. I do not trust Steven Matz at all. Steven Matz coming into this game right here, he lost his starting role to Liberatore. Then Liberatore got sent down. Then Matz was in the lineup. The problem is, he had a good game against White Sox. He had his best game probably of his Cardinals career against the White Sox last Sunday. He went 5.1 innings, had 9 strikeouts in 75 pitches. The problem is the pitches. He comes into this game 0-7 record, 4.65 ERA. The bats that have had success, Candelario 3 for 6 with 3 doubles. I don't mind. Vargas, I don't even know if he'll play, 2 for 3 with a double. So kind of just looking at the bats that might be in here, not a ton jump out to me. But again, we've got to find those bats because Steven Matz is not a good pitcher. So I would probably load up on the switch hitters, whichever the lineup comes out, load up on the switch hitters and load up on the right-handed bats for Washington against Steven Matz. I do not trust Steven. I think a lot of people are going to see Steven Matz and how he did last start and go with him. I don't trust him enough to do that. So I'm on the side of stacking the Nats against Steven Matz. That rhymed. White Sox at the Braves, you got Lance Lynn versus Spencer Strider. I think Lynn has the same kind of outing that Kopech had. They had a meltdown in the first inning, had a grand slam off Matt Olson on Friday. I'm stacking the Braves against Lance Lynn. I don't care about his numbers at all, the way the Braves are hitting. And I love Spencer Strider. That's why he's the picture of the video and the article, because he is so good. His quads, his legs are the size of my vehicle that I drive down the street. Love me some Spencer Strider. Would not be surprised if Spencer Strider has double-digit strikeouts in this game. As long as he stays healthy and doesn't get hurt, I'm all over Spencer Strider. I'm all over the Braves stack. I'm looking at Acuna at the top. I'm looking at Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Ozzie Albies. I mean, the entire lineup is hitting. Sean Murphy, I believe, their catcher has over 1,000 OPS right now, which is crazy to think about for a catcher. So I'm all over the entire Braves offense, and I'm all over Spencer Strider. Yankees at the Rockies, you got Clark Schmidt versus Connor Siebold. This over-under is probably going to be high again. I'm not taking either of these pitchers. I'm taking bats. Like I said in yesterday's video, I loved Stanton if he's in the outfield, and that's where he was. He was playing the outfield, hit a 2-run home run in the first inning of Friday's game. I'm not taking a pitcher in this one. I'm stacking both sides. It really just depends on what lineups come out. But the Yankees lineup, if it comes out, I'm looking at Volpe. I'm looking at Stanton if he plays the outfield again. I'm looking at Bader. I'm looking at and it will depend on, the lineup. If it's a righty out there, we might be looking at Billy McKinney. Aaron Judge was actually hitting BP on Friday. Could be activated any day. So if he's in there, I would take him, obviously. But yeah, I'm looking at that. And then just depending on what lineup comes out for the Rockies, probably looking at a possible Chris Bryant if he's in there. We could be looking at Ryan McMahon, Jurickson Profar possibly, Tovar, Brenton Doyle. Just really depends on the lineup that the Rockies put out there. But I am not taking either pitcher in Colorado. The Astros at the Angels is next. Framber Valdez versus Reed Detmers. Valdez, 129 plate appearances, 200 batting average, and a 35.7 K percentage against the Angels. Not too bad. And then we've got Reed Detmers here, 60 plate appearances, 23.3 K percentage, and a 283 batting average out of him. I'm not taking Detmers. I'd look at Valdez, 2.51 ERA here. Not huge. I mean, for his price, he's not giving you 20 fantasy points in his last two starts. One against Seattle, 17.3. One against St. Louis, he lost. He had 10.9 fantasy points, gave up 4 earned runs. He's, you could expect right around 6 to 7 strikeouts a game out of him. It'll really depend on the amount of runs he gives up. So I will have Valdez in tournaments, but I just don't trust him against these Angels bats, the righties, and Ohtani as well. So we won't have any Detmers. We'll look at stacking both sides of the offenses here. And then Valdez for tournaments as well. If you aren't going with Valdez, you can see the bats for the Angels who've had success. And then we'll look at the Astros who've had success. But looking at this, Ohtani's 4 for 31 with a home run. Taylor Ward, 10 for 23 with a triple. Hunter Renfroe, 3 for 22 with 2 doubles. Rengifo, 3 for 16 with a home run. You got Zach Neto, 1 for 4 with a home run. That's kind of what we're looking at. A lot of their bats have been thrown into the IL, so that's something to look at. That's kind of why I like Valdez. And then the Astros bats against Detmers. Kyle Tucker, 4 for 11 with a double. Jeremy Pena, 4 for 10 with a double. Chas McCormick, 2 for 3 with a double. Corey Julks, 1 for 2 with a double. No triples, no home runs out of them. But I would be looking at, and I believe Altuve's on the IL. So, let's see. Yep, Altuve's on the IL. Yeah, he hasn't played since July 3rd, so he got hurt early last week. So that takes a righty bat out of there. But yeah, I'm looking at Bregman, Pena, Tucker, McCormick, Mauricio Dubon is a cheaper option who slides in there for an infield spot at second base. So not taking Reed Detmers. We'll look at Valdez for tournaments and then stacking the Astros and a couple of the Angels bats along with Ohtani. And then the final game, the Detroit Tigers at the Seattle Mariners. You got Michael Lorenzen versus George Kirby. Lorenzen, 59 plate appearances, 265 batting average, 11.9 K percentage. And then Kirby, 19 plate appearances, 313 batting average, 26.3 K percentage. Again, it's Detroit. I'm probably looking at Kirby here. I'm not trusting Michael Lorenzen. I would be looking at Kirby for my pitcher in this game. And then the bats will just kind of have to wait till the Vegas numbers come out. Some BVP matchups and stuff like that. So none of the bats except for Julio, Teoscar Hernandez, Eugenio Suarez, Jared Kelenic for the Mariners jump out there. Ty France, Cal Raleigh. Now Raleigh did sit on Friday. I don't know if he's hurt, if he's sick, why he sat. That's something, but I don't mind him if he's in there against Lorenzen as well. And there you go. There you have it. There's your Saturday breakdown. Hopefully you found it informative. If you need a little bit more help, a little bit more boost, go check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. You can go to FTA Plus right here. You can sign up with the premium content. $24.99 all access. That includes sports betting as well. We're getting rid of this one, so don't worry about it. And again, we have 2 coupon codes left still. NFL Season Pass, $199. Use the promo code NFLVIP. All one word, all caps. $100 off. Go check that out. So that's what I've got for you. Good luck on this slate, everybody. And you guys know what to do. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.